got it. It dropped. Like I said, I went to Darkshore and worked on a few world quests. Took on a couple of, a few rares, especially the ones that dropped the mounts, and it dropped. Now, on the Horde side, it's labeled as Black Paw, on the Alliance side, it's labeled as Caged Bear. But either way, it drops this mount, Black Paw. And it dropped. Anyways, just wanted to show that off.
Need help? Have a good one.
Alright, let's go to Zuldazar. I mainly want to do this just to help get towards unlocking the Dark Iron Dwarves, plus getting the other upgrade once I get my 5th champion, which is going to be Chandris. Yeah. It's like, look, this is just a means to an end. You can tell how enthusiastic I am about doing this war campaign.
Your legend grows.
Oh, and don't worry, it has nothing to do with the Alliance. I was just as enthusiastic about this on the Horde side as well. We're all gathered, let's begin. We cannot afford to lose any more time. Let's go over our plan of attack, but remember, above all things, the Zandalar cannot know our full forces are here. If they were to discover an Alliance base within the shadow of their empire, we would be wiped out in an instant.
By the might of the Alliance,
our
enemies see only defeat.
Let's get this out of the way. The Alliance needs our support to prepare for a full invasion of Zuldazar. I do not mean offense, Halford, but what you propose is a suicidal task. The Zandalari wiped out the last fleet that breached. I agree. Chandris Falstad, I proposed a plan that was approved by King Rin. If we succeed, then our forces will stand a chance. The Zandalari are powerful, but not invincible. We're going to sabotage key locations of their harbor defenses with remote detonated bombs. If we get the job done right, the Zandalari won't know that we've rigged their defenses to explode. Ah, then we wait to detonate them until the moment our fleet arrives. The city would be in chaos, allowing us to make landfall. Correct. Nixon will be our operative, weakening the Zandalari harbor defenses. Kelsey, Falstad, and Keyshawn will help you with the first target. Umbrick and I will move ahead and make preparations for the stealth strike at the warport. Remember, our main goal is to hinder the defenses and keep our forces here hidden. If we are discovered, all is lost. For the Alliance. So this is obviously setting up what happens at the beginning of the Battle of Dazar'lor raid. I suppose this task isn't as suicidal as I once thought. Don't let your guard down, Umbrick. This is an ambitious plan. If any one thing goes wrong, many lives will be lost.
The Horde will...
You know the plan. Stay hidden and weaken the Zandalari fleet. If we accomplish those two goals, we'll walk out of here alive.
By the light, the first strike belongs to us. It's hammering time!
Aye, so we be the first in this crazy operation. We'll be hitching a ride on Swift Wing to the Isle of Fangs. The Zandalari got one of their main ships there, called the Breath of Paku, or whatever that is. Hop onto Swift Wing when you're ready to go. If it's gonna be get real cozy on there with all of you coming aboard. Of course, he wouldn't know a thing about the Loa here. I do want to say that it's a shame that there's no equivalent of the Loa buffs that you can get as Horde on the Alliance side. There's no equivalent of that. It's a shame. Alright, Swiftwing, let's go. We all hopped on Swiftwing. Even Kelsey's on Swiftwing's head. Hold on tight! We got a get real high to avoid detection. There! This should be high enough to avoid the Zandalari spotting us. That Alliance camp stands out like a sore thumb. We need to be ready for the Zandalari when the Zandalari discover us. Why do you think Halford is moving so fast? He knows we're doomed if the Zandalari catch us in their home. Aye, finding a small number like Nixon over here is one thing, but if they find the whole bleeding camp... They'd feed us their pet dinosaurs. We'd be chewed out to tiny little pieces. I was almost eaten once. I don't recommend it. You don't have to tell me twice. I'd be dropping you all off on the Isle of Fangs. It'll be far enough from the city that we can act with some impunity against some Zandalari. You just need to make sure that they don't see you planting those bombs at the base of their ships. I'll be working on a device to help Neeson get it across the water for the next part of this plan. And I'll be helping Nixon by planting Kelsey's bombs on the smaller ships and gutting any Zandalari that sees me. You're a man after my own heart, Kishan. We'll have to compare knife collections after this. You have a knife collection? Huh? No. I have several knife collections. This might be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Anyone who knows anything about Kelsey knows that she's a bit insane. This be your stop. Be careful to remember. Plant the bombs and don't let them alert the mainland about your presence.
You've got my attention.
All we need to do is plant some bombs and cause some chaos without the mainland Zandalari knowing. We've got Mogu and Zandalari working together on the breach on the Breath of Paku. They've got records on the Zandalari fleet ships. We've been making educated guesses regarding the Zandalari fleet. It's time to upgrade our intel. Go in there and get the naval records from anyone on board that ship. Oh, and take these jet boots. You'll need them to reach the boat if you're planting bombs on the hull.
Good luck out there.
Our first job is to plant some bombs along these ships. I'll take care of the smaller ships. You deal with the Breath of Paku, whatever that means. Kelsey says that these bombs are the latest in gnome technology. We plant them and she can detonate them at any time. Let's get moving, and remember, this whole plan works as long as they don't see us planting these bombs. Time to go plant some bombs, and not blow them up, for now. Okay. Up.
I'm out of range.
Alright, let's see. So you have to get past all those beasts there. Make your way over here. Huh. Yeah, make sure they don't see us. By the way, make sure you kill them to get the things to drop. Seems kind of contradictory if this is supposed to be a stealth mission. Make sure they don't see you. But make sure you get in there and you kill as many of them so they can get the drops. It's like, huh?
The fury of the storm!
I feel like there's a bit of a contradiction here. There we go. It's like, hey, get over here.
Too far away. I can't attack that.
Alright. A couple of naval records. Huh. Is he... Was he, like, stuck there swimming?
I can't attack that target.
No. Oh. Pfft. Oh, that's great. Especially on a demon hunter. Where I can be like, yeah! But then again, I can just do this. Whee!
You will make a fine slave.
Alright, Mogu, get down here. I said get down here. Here we go. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. You can't subjugate me.
For the Emperor.
There's a number of jokes or references I could make from that line. My life for the Emperor. You guys know which ones I could make a joke about. I could joke about Star Wars. I could joke about Warhammer 40k. Take your pick. For the Emperor. I mean, this is Warcraft, and we know how much Warcraft was inspired by Warhammer.
I need to target something first.
StarCraft was one that I'm pretty sure was more inspired by 40k. Okay. Let's see. Do I have to go down below? Based on the mini-map, I think so. No. I must be on the wrong level for the treasure there. But you can see the mini-map, it's like, yep, plant them right here. Okay. Maybe it has to be up top? Yeah. I'll deal with you in a second. No, now the mini-map has the down arrows. It's like, no, you have to go down there. Alright. Yeah, you're not going to be casting any spells for a few seconds. So...
I don't have a target.
Tough.
I can't attack that.
It's always so funny when the minimap sometimes feels like it's like lying to you. And you're like, okay, where am I supposed to plant these? And you're trying to follow the indication on the minimap. There's nothing here for me to click. So I'm like, where do I do this?
I need a target.
Let's go back downstairs. I like how those fragments follow me until they reach me. Over this way, maybe? There's got to be something to indicate where you're supposed to plant these. Oh, wait, let's go farther down. Ah, there's the chest. The Spoils of Pandaria. Oh, gosh. It's returned. Soloing that boss is a nightmare every time I gotta do it. There is no indication of where I'm supposed to plant these bombs. It's like, just plant the bombs. I'm like, where? These are the boots, not the bombs.
I need to target something first.
I wonder, am I supposed to do it like below the ship? Am I supposed to leave the ship and actually do it like underwater? Is that the idea? I guess that would make sense, because you're basically setting bombs below the hull of the ship, causing it to flood with water. Alright, let's try. Let's leave the ship and get in the water. Yep, there they are. Ha! Sometimes I really wish it would be clear on where exactly you're supposed to, you know, in the ship or outside the ship. Alright,
I can't attack
either
that
one would
target.
basically work. I mean, this way they can't stop it, but, you know. We're doing this live, people. This is live. I mean, if I was a better editor, you probably would have seen something along the lines of that whole 2 hours later, and then just cuts of me going outside, going, oh my gosh, here they are. Alright, now that I can turn both these in, let's go meet up with our 2 companions in crime.
Reporting for duty.
So, did you get those naval records? We'll need them to better plan against the Zandalari. Perfect! I'll give these documents back to Halford. We'll be able to coordinate future attacks with this.
All the bombs are planted on my end. Still wish we could blow them up now. Guess we'll just have to wait until the time is right to blow things sky high. In the rain.
Orders.
Our next target is a ship docked in a place across from here. The Warport Rastari. Lucky for you, I can get us all there in my enlarged miniaturized submarine. Chandris and Magister Umbrick should be waiting for you on the coast. Let's get going.
You can count on me.
Let's go. The submarine should already be deployed.
So at least now this explains, especially for Horde players, if you play on this, because there's no explanation as to on the Horde side as to how the intro for the raid happened. Like how did they do that? Now, you have an explanation. At least I have an explanation now as to how this happened. We actually planted it ourselves as Alliance characters.
Sit back and relax. I'll get us to the warport in no time flat.
Kelsey, why didn't we just take the submarine over to the Isle of Fangs?
Oh, well, the miniaturized containment field wasn't really working, well, 10 minutes ago.
I see. Well, it's good that you fixed it.
Yep, it's definitely fixed. Hey, why don't we review those records that he found?
Let's see, it seems like Halford's intel was right about the location of most ships, as well as their sailing routes. Although, we have a problem. There's a ship that we didn't account for. Maybe it was one that was stationed in Pandaria.
One ship? That doesn't sound too bad.
It's bad when you consider that its route takes us within eyesight of our outpost in Zimbala. We'll need to warn Halford
right away, after we drop Nixon off.
amount of guards.
The amount of guards in this port is astounding. They must be preparing to move out the fleet.
My people and I will not allow the Alliance to be destroyed by these monstrous trolls. You have my word.
You sound like you've had experience with the Zandalari in the past.
You and I have both lived long lives, Chandris. I know many who have been affected by the Zandalari's barbarism.
And you do not seem hesitant to use your void powers against them.
The void can be used to protect, as long as you do not succumb to its power.
Used to protect? Interesting.
Umbrick, you sound surprised. Did you imagine my people simply used void magic as if it was a toy?
Well, like you said, Umbrick, I've lived a long life, and I have seen power corrupt the most noble of races. Restraint has been uncommon.
My people will not make the same mistake when using the void. I promise.
Apparently, Chandris never had a conversation with Illyria about this.
When she became a void elf on Argus, apparently.
The Sentinels stand ready.
Glad you can make it. We've got a lot to do within Warport Rastari. We need you to kill several targets within Warport Rastari, but we also cannot reveal that the Alliance is here. Umbrick has uncovered a ritual from Nazmir that will grant you a blood troll disguise. It's grim, but it must be done. You will go through the ritual, and then use my invisibility flash to sneak into the warport. If discovered, the Zandalari and the Horde will think it's a bold attack from the blood trolls, and not from the Alliance. This also explains what happens in the Horde side of the war campaign, where we're like, wait a minute, what happened? You know.
On your mark.
This is why it's important to play on both sides so you can see both sides of the story.
Baladash Malanore.
I am grateful for this opportunity to prove the value of the Rendorai to our cause. We will do whatever it takes to ensure the Alliance's success. Alright. I'm ready to become a blood troll.
Shadows watch over you.
I apologize for the pain and unseemliness of this ritual, but we cannot risk even one member of the Alliance being seen within Warport Restari. There, you are now a blood troll, at least temporarily. It's very similar to the model that I had when I became a blood troll as Horde when we were questing in Nazmir.
I never miss a shot.
I have to admit, this disguise is uncanny. Let's hope the Zandalari believe that they are dealing with a bold blood troll and not the Alliance. We must continue with our primary goal. Plant bombs on major Zandalari ships. There is one docked within the warport. You know what to do. Get beneath the boat, plant the bombs, and ensure that no one sees a blood troll using bombs. Oh, now you tell me to get beneath the boat. My invisibility flask will give you the stealth that you need, and Umbric believes the ritual will give you some other power to tap into. Huh. Another one. There are 3 Horde spy masters stationed within Warport Restari. They are giving the Zandalari information on the Alliance fleet. We need these targets killed. We cannot allow the Zandalari to get any advantageous information on our fleet. Luckily for us, your blood troll disguise means any witnesses will believe this to be a bold attack by the blood trolls.
Goddess watch over you.
I have much to teach you.
The Horde have sent emissaries to help with their potential with the Zandalari. These emissaries are also sharing secrets that the Horde have regarding the Alliance. We need to put a stop to this. Take this orb, it will create a void portal above the target, and pull them somewhere else.
The Rendorai shall prove our worth.
Well, that sounds kind of terrifying. Ah, die be a vicious blood troll. I be here to kill the Zandalari. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay. Whoosh. Aw, it's a torrent. Oh no. I'm sorry. That felt terrible. A blood troll? I'll end this quick before getting these plans to the Zandalari. You're no blood troll. Why am I killing Torin? Alright, this just looks like someone rocking the Judgment set from Blackwing Lair. What dark voodoo is this? And I can just do this from stealth. Wow. There's another one over here. Dash, dash, dash. I thought there was another one over here. I must have moved. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the bombs in the ship. Ah, well. Let's focus on the Spy Masters for now. I've already got one. May as well try and find the other two. What is this void voodoo doing here? Boy, if you ended up breaking stealth somehow, you are basically dead. It's always a very interesting way they handle stealth missions here. Oh, gosh. A blood troll with wings. Oh, now I've seen it all. Oh, gosh. Uh-oh. I think this player might be dead. Well, then again, yeah, it may just be killing them all. I mean, it is a fellow demon hunter, so... But hey, that's not what you're supposed to do. Gosh, of course they have the stealth detectors. Of course, nothing will ever stop the... Nothing will ever top the stealth detectors from Suramar. Those guys became a meme for a reason. I still joke about it to this day. An illusion! What are you hiding? Oh, the amount of times I heard that on Suramar. So many times. An illusion! What are you hiding? An illusion! What are you hiding? What are you hiding? So anytime I see the stealth detectors in this game, I just think back to Suramar. An illusion! What are you hiding? Alright. Must be up here. There's another one. An illusion! What are you hiding? Ah! No! I've been discovered. No! It's alright. You will never tell them I was here. Ever! Nope, no regen. Nope. Oh. The other player got there before I did. Hashtag other players. And I'm guessing they are killing the other one here that I'm supposed to kill, right? They probably already did. That's why they're not there. Oh gosh. An illusion! What are you hiding? There's the Spy Master. Ha! These Alliance battle plans are for our eyes only. Time to die, blood troll. That's what you think.
I don't have a target.
Wait, you're really... Where's the last one? Down there. Something's not quite right. 5 of 6. Last one is down here somewhere? There's another emissary right there. There's the Spy Master. Oh gosh. Let me get this last emissary right here. Then we'll go after the Spy Master. Blood trolls! Ha! You're too dumb to understand the Alliance's secrets.
can't attack that.
You can't be a blood troll. Alright. Let's get over to the ship. Gee, imagine how much more of a hassle this would be and chore if I couldn't be able to fly over here. That is a battle sore. I do not want to deal with that. That is an elite. But I am supposed to get under the ship, right? That's what I believe she said. Yep. Alright. So now, the beginning of the raid makes sense. Because before, I didn't understand how they apparently had all those bombs set up. Now, I get it. Now I understand. And I imagine there's quite a few things, based on what I've been seeing, that Alliance players would never know unless they did the Horde side of things. Like the whole stuff with Razan and Rastakhan and Bon Samdi and all that stuff. And of course the Great Seal and Mithrax and Zul. None of that is really touched upon here so far. Maybe they find out later, but so far there's been no indication of any of that for Alliance players to learn about at all. Like, I'm still waiting to see if there's going to be any kind of quest that pops up whatsoever in regards to Uldir. Because here's the thought I was having. I don't think I showed this or shared this with you guys before. Does the Alliance ever find out about Gahun and the threat he poses? And I'm wondering, I find myself wondering, in lore, was it only the Horde, because they were right there, with Nazmir right there and Uldir right there, with Talanji helping lead the way, is the Horde the only group that actually finds out and deals with Uldir and Gahun? And does the Alliance never even find out about it or help out with that? And if so, does that help play into what happens in Dazar lore? Because obviously the Horde and the Zandalari would have to contribute a lot of troops and the Horde heroes, player characters, and resources to help deal with Gahun. And so they have to do that in order to take down Gahun, arguably an old god, very still debatable. And so they're like, oh, we dealt with Gahun. We saved the world from Gahun. What's that? The Alliance are attacking us? Ah! You know, you see what I mean? It's like, it makes, in that regard, it's like, oh, they're attacking them after they are having to deal with this powerful enemy that was threatening the world, like N'Zoth does later, but anyways. You prevented the Zandalari from getting crucial information regarding our naval forces. Well done. Good work. The Zandalari will be in for a rude awakening when we blow up their flagships moments before our first naval incursion.
Your mark.
We embrace power. We do not fear.
Good work. This should cripple both the Horde and the Zandalari in their fight against the Alliance.
Be open to
The
possibilities.
Sentinels stand
Our
ready.
task is finished. You've planted the bombs on two of the Zandalari's major flagships, and Kishan has helped with the remainder. Let's return to Halford. The sooner we're done here, the better. It's far too risky for us to be in Zandalari's doorstep.
Consider it done.
We'll meet back at the camp. Again, I'm wondering if while this is going on, if while the Alliance was doing this, planting the bombs and everything, the Horde is in Uldir trying to save the world from Gahun. Which, to me, that makes the Horde seem more heroic and the Alliance more villainous. Well, maybe not villainous, but... I mean, attacking them when they're trying to basically save the world from what some debated as an old god does not make the Alliance look very good, now does it? which is hilarious considering the amount of jokes we have made about how the Horde looks incredibly evil in this expansion and the Alliance are the good guys. It's just something I'm wondering about. Obviously, I have to see how the rest of this unfolds in order to see that, to figure out if there's ever a point where the Alliance gets a quest like, hey, go to Old Deer. But maybe not. Good timing. We have to move. We've been discovered. Kelsey brought back the records that you retrieved on the Isle of Fangs, but it was too late. What you see before you is Graal's Call. Wait, that? The missing Zandalari flagship, and they have spotted us. If they can make it back to port, we will have the full fury of the Zandalari Empire brought down upon us. We must board the ship, eliminate every Zandalari on board. Falstad will get us there. Let's move.
Be with you.
Okay. Set up a void portal to bring the Dark Iron Dwarves into Graal's Call. As you command. Take Umbric's portal and establish a landing zone at the top of the boat. Control the beaches, and ensure no survivors get away. Falstad will join you when he's dropped us off. You know, I find myself wondering, like, one of the points of this attack is perhaps the past actions of the Zandalari, which were orchestrated by Zul, basically motivating the Alliance to want to, like, basically initiate this naval attack on Zandalar because they see the Zandalari and they think of the Zandalari of the past, you know, the ones from Zulaman and Zul Garub, thinking, oh no, the Horde are siding with the evil Zandalari. Because now it's like, hey, let's go on here and slaughter every one of the trolls.
Soldier.
We're here, and the fighting has begun. Let's hurry. Our initial assault was a success, but the Dark Iron Dwarves are holding the line. Now it's our turn. You and I must cleave a path through the Zandalari and eliminate them. Our forces will handle any that remain. Our goal is to weaken their forces and find two important targets. The ship's captain and its advisor. Let's go. If we fail here, all of our efforts will be thwarted.
Our work has just begun.
I need to get closer.
Come on. All of you up here, let's go.
I can't attack that target.
The Horde will fall.
Good work. That should be enough for the others to handle. We have one final target. The ship's captain is nowhere to be found. Chandris and Falstad will handle locating him. We must go after the ship's advisor. Kelsey's logs indicate her name is Kojan. She may have methods to reach out to the mainland. We have to move before she tries to use any of them.
When next we meet.
Looks like she's downstairs. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There she is. You're too late. The captain is already reporting your location to Princess Talanji. I know this because I've already done the Horde side where we get the alert. Oh my gosh, the Alliance are actually attacking us.
I need a target.
The captain will kill all of you. It sounds like fighting up above has stopped. I trust Falstad and Chandris have the ship's captain. Let's see if they manage to capture him alive. Let's return to the upper decks and see what our current status is. Chandris should be there by now. I know Chandris and Falstad well enough that they will be there with the captain of the ship, dead or alive.
By the might of the Alliance, our enemies see only defeat.
I am listening.
Chandris, can you give me a status report?
On your mark.
Captain Zalkern was attempting to flee to Zuldazar, but Falstad and I subdued him. Alliance dogs, kill me now and be done with it. There's been enough killing today, Captain. We're taking you prisoner back to Stormwind. You can either fight us the entire way or cooperate with us. The choice is yours. My people will free me from your jails, just as they did Princess Talanji and Zul. I would love to see them try. Now towards other matters. We need the ship destroyed, Chandris. Help our remaining forces prepare to leave. Understood. Umbrick will need one last Void Rift to get all of our forces out of here. We will make it back safely, including the prisoner. Keishan, Kelsey, rig the ship to explode once everyone is out. Now we're at my favorite part. You and I need to talk about our shared interests after this. Give us the word when you're ready for us to begin preparations to blow the ship up. Afterwards, I want you to report our success to King Rin. The rest of us will meet you there when this is all done to help with the debriefing that is necessary. I want to point out something real quick. Something that he said. The Alliance kidnapped Talanji and Zul. And as far as I know, an explanation as to why has never been given. Just a lot of this really started because for some random weird reason the Alliance decided to kidnap and imprison the princess of the Zandalari Empire and their most well-known and most accurate prophet, which gave the Horde a foothold into making diplomatic relations with the Zandalari. Again, as far as I know, no explanation as to why they actually did that in the first place has been given, which means the Alliance really started all this, and they did so for no real reason. Just kind of out of nowhere.
Fate smiles upon us this day.
Let's begin the process to blow up this ship. Alright, report back to Anduin in Stormwind. Pepe's like, where are you going? I'm guessing this is going to be like the final step for this regular war campaign here, Ready for War. And then after that, we'll get the quest to do the Battle to Zarlor raid. And I just find myself going, again, where is the quest for the Alliance players to do Uldir, unless they never get one, because in lore, perhaps the Alliance never contributes to helping defeat Gahun in Uldir, and it's solely the Horde's responsibility to stop Gahun. Now, it's worth pointing out, in Warcraft Chronicles Volume 3, it actually made a distinction of whether or not one faction or the other, or both, did certain raids in history. Like, for example, I believe in the book, it said that back in Vanilla, I think it said that the Horde did AQ20, took care of that, while the Alliance took care of Cthulhu in AQ40, because they apparently felt that they had to divide their forces to deal with both threats simultaneously, maybe. I think it said also that both forces together, combined, dealt with both of these, and then just kind of kept on going through BC along with Wrath. It was basically making a distinction of which faction dealt with which threat. So I find myself wondering if in lore it's saying only the Horde dealt with Uldir.
Stormwind
And the Alliance had no, contribution there, or, had no knowledge of it whatsoever, I'm guessing. I only just received the message of your success in Zandalar. Well done. I'm sorry for everything that you have been put through on behalf of this war. We have only one option if we want to stop the Zandalari from aiding the Horde. When the time is right, we will send our fleets to Zandalar. Your hard work will ensure that we have a breach in their defenses to begin our invasion. Thank you once more. We owe a great debt to you and your allies. Anduin.
A king is only as noble. Champion, you have spearheaded a long campaign against a relentless foe. What's more, you have faced the Horde with courage and honor. I wish I could say our work was done, but there remains much more ahead of us. I fear the days shall grow darker before they can grow brighter. The Alliance must ask even more of you, hero. It is clear that we cannot hope to end the War Chief's reign until we sever her ties to the Zandalari. That day will come, soon. But for now at least, know that you serve as an inspiration to those around you. And for that, hero, you have my thanks. For the Alliance.
Alright, so at least that gives me a bit more clarification that the motivation is that they want to get Sylvanas, and they don't like the idea of her gaining the support of the Zandalari Empire. So they're like, nope, we're going to go in here and stop that from happening. While also trying to get rid of Sylvanas. But then what I find hilarious is that then, in order to do that, when we go into the raid, that Greymane tells Rastakhan, you will kneel before your new master, Anduin Rin, King Rin, and turn over your daughter as a hostage. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure Anduin would not approve of Greymane saying that to him, but we'll see.
Miss a shot.
Alright, and now I finally get Chandris as a champion.
Goddess, watch over.
So now I can get that extra upgrade for the, extra upgrade for the tree for the war stuff. So now
Well met.
here's just Tereth. Yeah. I'm gonna ignore that because that's the quest to go to Pandaria. Alright, well, my Hearthstone is still on cooldown, so I am just gonna take the portal back to Zandalar. Or not Zandalar, back to Borealis. And I'm guessing the quest to do the raid is gonna be there in Tirisgard Sound when I get back, because it's saying, hey, the next step is to do the Wolf's Offensive, which is the Nazjar stuff. And I'm like, no, it's not. Story-wise, it's not. The next step is likely going to be the Battle for Dazar'lor raid. Let me just double check this. Alright. For the Dark Iron Dwarf unlock requirements, that is done. Tides of Vengeance. This is going to be the next, basically the next chapter in the war. So.
It's Shaw. Matthias Shaw.
Oh, this is a new quest that popped up from Shaw. The calm before. A word, Nixidin. There was a raid on the Norwington estate where we were testing some new designs of Azerite systems. Lady Jaina asked SI-7 to look into the matter. I have the report here. I know the Proudmoore family wants a moment together before they are pulled apart again. But the war is still ongoing. You've been a friend to her family. Take the report to Jaina. I believe that they want to pay respects at the family memorial.
The bombs you planted earlier are still secure, but the clock is ticking. We need to push forward or we'll lose our advantage. The job's not done yet. How many campaigns against the Horde does this make for you, Wormbane?
I've stopped counting. I go where the Alliance orders me, and where the light calls me. But then, you are no stranger to battle.
SI-7 was built to work behind the scenes. I prefer to stay in the shadows, where I'm not so exposed.
I must admit, as a paladin, I have questioned the need for spies and assassins within the ranks of the Alliance. But the honor and loyalty you have shown to our king is beyond question.
Kind of you to say, but if I had to choose between satisfying honor and getting the job done, I'll pick the latter every time. For the Alliance, of course.
Oh, of course.
Huh. I will say I didn't pick up on the fact that Wormbane is apparently a paladin. Right. I believe now I can get the next upgrade from Illyria. Yep. So I can either get a detector and a ship granting a chance to find additional Azerite when completing world quests. Yeah, no. Yeah, that one. Alright, next I'll be able to do that once I do a war front against 2 unique commanders. And then open up additional lines of trade, granting additional war resources from emissary quests.
You have my attention.
No, I'm not completing that yet.
We are the sons and daughters of the Alliance.
Tell me, Wormbane, how does a paladin come to lead a force of elite soldiers? Shouldn't you be off consecrating temples or some such?
I served as a knight when the Silver Hand was founded. I was dubious that priestly orders could mix with martial skills, so I remained focused on my combat training. But the more I observed those first paladins, one in particular inspired me. Turalyon. His faith sustained him, fueled his dedication, and made him a great leader. When he left with the Alliance expedition to Outland and was presumed lost, the light opened my eyes. I realized I could be both a soldier and a paladin. I vowed to honor his sacrifice.
When you learned that Turalyon was alive, did it cause you to question your devotion? Your choices?
Oh, quite the opposite. To witness Turalian's return, and to learn how the light had sustained him, transformed him, only strengthened my resolve. I know my faith was well placed.
Your faith in the light? Or in Turalian?
The light will endure long after we're gone. But when this war is over, what will you be left with, Shaw?
The next war, and the one after that.
Interesting bit there, especially... I find Wormbane's comments there amusing, considering what we found out when we were on Argus in regards to Turalian and Zira and the Naru. But, anyways. Very curious how many other stay a while and listen are here.
What can I do for you?
Nope, just Tereth doesn't have any. Looked like Greymane and Illyria did not have any.
Greetings, traveler.
Huh. Kelsey, huh? Kelsey apparently has a quest.
You've got my attention.
When Azurite was discovered, my friend Safi was sent to investigate what it could do. There was an attack and we all thought she died. And then it turns out she was forced to work in some kind of goblin think tank in Tanaris. But before we could get her out, the whole place exploded. And now my bosses have written her off as dead. But she wasn't dead the first time, so I'm not sure she is now. I've been told not to go looking for her, but you could take a look. Find Safi or what's left of her.
See you next time.
Oh, never mind. It's another battle pet quest. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be the quest that leads into the raid. So, we'll be going to have a chat with Jaina before we, more than likely... In fact, actually, hold on, because I don't want to just kind of stop there. So actually, let's just go ahead and do that now. In fact, I actually want to take a moment to double check something, because you remember how in that cutscene after the Siege of Borealis, I pointed out that I thought that was Jaina's brother, who was presumed dead and lost at sea? Let's double check that. Yep. Yep, that's her brother.
How quickly the world changes.
The memorial is very nice, Mother. I like the bit about how you said that I was fearless.
Don't make light of a mother's pain, Tandrid. First I lost your brother Derek, and then your father, and then Jaina. When you disappeared with the fleet, I was all alone.
I'm sorry, Mother, but Jaina and I are here now. Thank the tides that the three of us are together again.
So we are, and I am very grateful.
So, Catherine went from having lost her husband and her 3 children to now she's gotten her son and her daughter back. And given what we already know about Derek, well, yeah. Though I don't think we've ever seen if she actually finds out about Derek. Jaina obviously finds out about Derek, but I don't think Catherine and Tandra do. Miss Proudmoore?
The dreaming is over.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Jaina, but I've brought a report for you from Master Shaw.
The Alliance will endure.
Lord Admiral?
Don't start, Tandrid. It still feels strange to hear people call me that. I'd always assumed Derek would become the next Lord Admiral.
Aye. But such was not his fate.
And I think of those Horde savages seizing his body and hanging it on display.
It was a ploy to provoke us, to goad us into making mistakes. We will not give them the satisfaction.
Part of me wonders what our brother and father would make of all that Kul Tiras has been through. All that we've endured as a family.
I fear Derek would be disappointed by how I behaved. Especially toward you, Jaina.
Father could be hard, but I do think he'd be happy to see us together again.
We've all made mistakes. But we'll weather this storm, dear ones. Together.
We're so glad you're home, Jaina. I believe that we... What's this? Incoming!
Lord Admiral, the Horde
Talia.
is attacking Angle Point Wharf.
Wait, what?
Together we can unify Kul Tiras.
I'm sorry, what? The Horde is attacking Angle Point? An attack on Angle Point Wharf can only mean one thing. The Horde seeks to destroy the sea gate there. This is my home. These are my people. I cannot turn my attention to our operations in Zandalar until we have routed the Horde. The military will take little time to mobilize, but in the meantime, you and I can face these monsters if we can't stop them. We can slow them down. War has come to my shores once more. I will not stand aside. Okay, so apparently there was an extra step here that I didn't know about. I'm sorry, is Galeheart... Okay, he must be exhausted because there's no way he just died there.
Finally, some action.
So I guess we'll be helping Jaina at Angle Point Wharf because apparently they're attacking here, and I don't recall that happening, but okay, sure. We'll figure that out when we come back. Stay tuned.